All right, this is the video, Charging by Contact, explaining the electroscope demo where we're using a negative object. So you have a sheet that looks like this, so you kind of want to bring that out and use it as we are going through this particular video. All right, so you'll notice that what we have here is a negatively charged rod. It has 5 positive charges, but way more electrons compared to the positive charges. So it is negatively charged. We do start it with an electroscope that is neutral. So you want to make sure that we are adding an equal number of electrons to the electroscope, as you see here, to represent that. And the fact that the leads are kind of hanging straight down, and if you remember the demonstration or the video you watched of the demonstration, me doing it, that the leads are hanging straight down. And the only way that can happen is if the electroscope as a whole has a neutral charge. All right. And so what you have to think about is on contact, when a negatively charged object touches a neutral object, then there's going to be a transfer of electrons to that object. So electrons are actually going to be moving here from the rod to the electroscope. Okay, and what we actually need here, if I just get out of the screen here and get a drawing tool, something that's a little thicker probably, and let's use a purple color here, and then go back to our full screen. Then what we want to show is that electrons are actually moving to the electroscope as follows. Okay, and again, we want to go back to this part right here. Go back to full screen. All right, so we're going to show electrons, moving along this path, okay, and moving to the electroscope. So electrons are moving from the negatively charged rod to the electroscope. All right, this is the after diagram here on the right hand side. And you notice that now we have less electrons, okay, than what we had over here, because again, electrons move from the rod to the electroscope. All right, and so let's put our correct number of electrons on the electroscope again. So we're indicating neutral, and then we'll account for the extra electrons that we actually got from the rod on contact. So some electrons move from here to there, okay? And so what you want to do is, add some electrons here and there, but especially on the leaves or the leaflets on the bottom, because you notice that the leaflets are spread apart. So they are repelling each other. The only way they can repel each other is if they have the same charge. So electrons actually move from the rod to the sphere, and because the electroscope is made of metal, they traveled down this rod here, that rod portion of the electroscope, to the leads, and now the electroscope as a whole has a negative charge, but especially the leaflets here, and they repel. All right, so on contact, we get electrons moving from the negatively charged object to the neutral object, our electroscope here, and now the electroscope has a negative charge, which is indicated by the leads repelling each other.